make you understand the structure of the cells, okay, from the onion peels or anything here. So in the after observation through onion peel cells, you can also observe the cells in our cheek. You can also observe the cells in our cheek. You can scrap with the help of ice cream spoon that you can scrap inside your mouth, and you can take that cells outside and observe through microscope. Okay, the onion peel is plant cell and cheek cell is what? Animal cell. Plant cell, animal cell. Can you see the same? Yes, obviously we can see there are similarities. Okay, based on the function of the cell, the size of the cell is related. The size of the cell is related to function of the cell. The function of the cell is related to what? The size of the cell. That is, so some organisms have cells of different kind. So all the cells may not be of the same shape and the same size. There is a difference in the size of the cells and the shape of the cells. Why there is a difference in the shape and size of the cell? That relates to their function. Okay, that relates to their function. So they have peculiar and particular type of cell will have particular function. So that particular shape and particular shape of the cell depends on the particular size and shape of the cell. So you have to remember that. So nerve cell are typical shape. Nerve cells are in different shape. Cheek cells are in different shape. Liver cells are in different shape. Blood cells are in different shape. Like that we can see there is a variation. And you have to understand the important thing, that division of labor. So division of labor. What is division of labor? Let's understand the division of labor. So division of labor means what? Division means to divide. All the works of our body is not done by only one type of cell. Different types of cells are there, right? The different types of the cells are performing the different types of the functions. Okay, different types of the cells performing different functions. Different shape and different size of the cells performing different functions. As all the cells doesn't have the same shape, as all the cell doesn't have same function, because the function of the cell, the function of the cell depends on the size. It means that the size of the cell is designed according to the function. So different types of cells will perform different functions. Blood cells will perform one function. Hepatic cells, blood cells will function one function. So like the different muscle cells will perform one function. So that is called a different types of cells will perform different types of functions. So that is the major important that to understand, right? Different division of labor. So now let's understand some organelles. What is organelles? Cell organelles. As we are having some knowledge, right? Cell organelles. The structural parts inside the cell is called as cell organelles. Okay, what are the different cell organelles? What are the different cell organelles? What are the different cell organelles? Let's see that. What are nucleus, chloroplast, mitochondria, right? Ribosomes. So like the different types of cell organelles are there. All those cell organelles will perform different function. Okay. So we'll go with the next class. Division of labor. In last class we have discussed that about the division of labor. Digestive system. the digestive cells will perform the different function, that is digestion. As muscles, cells will perform to give us strength, energy. So like the different cells will perform different function. That is the last class topic that we will discuss. Now let us see that what is cell made up of. It means that what is inside the cell. सेल के अंदर क्या है हम कुछ डिस्कस करना है. ओके, क्या है सेल के अंदर. सो व्हाट इज देयर इनसाइड द सेल. सो इट मींस दैट व्हाट इज सेल मेड अप ऑफ. सो द स्ट्रक्चरल parts inside the cell. The structural parts inside the cell, they are called as the structural parts inside the cell. They are called as cell organelles. What we call them? Cell organelles. So these different cell organelles. Now let's understand that about the cell organelles. So cell organelles are the structural parts inside the cells. Okay. So before understanding different cell organelles, we need to understand that the protective membrane of that cell organelles. Okay. So what is the protective membrane of the cell organelles? So cell organelles are protected by a membrane called as plasma membrane. What we call? Plasma membrane or cell membrane. What we call? We call it as a cell membrane. Plasma membrane or cell membrane. Okay, now let's understand first, before understanding that, right, cell organelles. Some of the examples of cell organelles are nucleus, chloroplast, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, okay, right, mitochondria, so like that. All these are the different types of cell organelles that we will understand later. Before understanding about the cell organelles, let's understand about the plasma membrane. Very important topic. Be alert, everyone. Right? Isra, Aisha, Lakshmi Priya, Pranay, right? Karthik, and all of you get ready and be ready. So don't waste your time. Be alert. Okay. So plasma membrane. Our school, you know, I think we are missing our school. We are missing our school days, I think, right? So when you come to our school, right, you will see the boundary of our school. You will see the boundary of our school. This is our school. Okay. Boundary of our school. The boundary separates the external environment, and internal environment. So our discussion now is only about plasma membrane, not about any other thing here. Okay, we did not enter still in this about cell organelles. Our discussion is about only the protective membrane or plasma membrane or selectively permeable membrane or transmembrane. I tell you, plasma membrane or transmembrane or selectively permeable membrane or protective membrane so with many names we can call. Okay, plasma membrane, transmembrane, protective membrane, selectively permeable membrane. Okay. Cell membrane, you can also call it as cell membrane. Cell membrane. Now you can see, this is what the cell membrane. Okay, it separates the cell from the external environment. The external environment of the cell is separated from internal environment by plasma membrane. By what? Plasma membrane or cell membrane. Okay. All the activities of the cell, you know that all the activities of the cell takes place inside the cell. All the activities of the cell takes place where? Inside the cell. It means all the activities are taking place inside the cell, means something should enter into the cell and something should come out of the cell. It means you are taking energy. Where it is producing? That energy is produced from the cell. So something should enter into the cell. Okay, and something should come out of the cell. Okay, so as you are taking oxygen from the lungs, from lungs you are taking, with the help of lungs, oxygen is distributed into the blood. Through blood, oxygen reaches to the cell. Oxygen reaches to where? Cell. And that oxygen is used to produce the energy. After utilization of oxygen, what is produced? Carbon dioxide as the waste is produced. That should be removed out. So the intake of the oxygen and removal of the carbon dioxide, that takes place by diffusion or osmosis process. Diffusion or osmosis process. Majorly what is involved? Osmosis is involved, right, in the exchange of the substances. It means this oxygen combined with the glucose to produce the energy. So this glucose also entered into the cell by this process, diffusion and osmosis process. This glucose entered into the cell with the help of plasma membrane. As plasma membrane is having pores on the surface, we call that pores on the surface of the plasma membrane are called as cell pores. We call that as what? Cell pores. Cell pores present on the surface of the plasma membrane allows the substances to enter inside. As the plasma membrane is very thin, you know that we have performed one activity last year. You can take the egg and you can deshell it. You will get on the boiled egg, you know that boiled egg. So instead of boiling that, you put that egg in HCl. Then shell will separate and you will find a thin membrane. The thin membrane is called as plasma membrane. Upon the surface of that thin membrane, what you will find? The cell pores are formed. These cell pores will involve in the exchange of gases and exchange of the useful substances and removal of the waste substances. It means cell pores involves in the exit and the entry of the substances. Whatever the useful only, right? Cell membrane doesn't allow all the substances to inside, only some selected substances. So that's why this cell membrane is called as selectively permeable membrane. It doesn't allow all the substances to enter and to perform their activity. It allows some of the selected substances to enter. it allows some selected substance. So that's why it is called a selectively permeable membrane. As it plays important, it is made up of, cell membrane is made up of proteins. Cell membrane is made up of proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. So glycoprotein, these are present in the combination. These are present in the combination here, right? So glycoprotein, glycolipid, lipid is nothing but what? Fat. Glycolipid, glyco is nothing but carbohydrate. These components are present in the right combination. Mostly by diffusion process, the substances will enter and will exit the substances here. So water also obeys the diffusion. So because of the water also obeys the diffusion. So this is selectively permeable membrane. Water also obeys the diffusion, that is called as the osmosis here. Now let's understand about the movement of water. What will happen if we put or place the plant cell or animal cell in the water? Okay, so I hope you understood about the plasma membrane. Now a question arises that what happens if we place plant cell or animal cell in a salt or sugar solution? So let me give some explanation to that. Okay, so it is very clear that, okay, finally I say that plasma membrane is selectively permeable membrane. So hypotonic, you have to understand what happened when cell was a question that what happened? No, sir. What happened when cell was placed in salt or sugar solution? What happened when cell was placed in salt or sugar solution? Here you have to understand. This is the cell, right? This is the cell. You have to understand here. Hypotonic solution, so higher water, lower water. Same. Here, hypo, iso, hypertonic. Okay. So water moves with the help of the osmosis process. Okay. So here you have to understand, note down one point that here the movement of water across the plasma membrane is affected by the amount of the substance dissolved in water. Amount of the substance dissolved in water. Okay. It is also called a semi-permeable membrane. Now you see, very important thing here. Types of what happened when cell was placed in three different types of solution. This is higher water concentration. When it is present, higher water is present outside the cell, then water will go inside by a process of osmosis and the cell will swell, increases its size. Okay, cell will gain the water by osmosis process. Osmosis means what? Movement of substances towards low concentration. Okay, movement of substances towards low concentration here. Okay, that is it. Now, here, iso means same. The net movement is zero. Concentration is same inside and outside. Concentration is same inside and outside. So even moment is there, the concentration is same. The net moment is 0. The cell doesn't gain, doesn't lose, as the water inside the cell and outside the cell was same. And what happened to hypertonic? In case of hypertonic, the water concentration outside is low, inside is high. So it means that osmosis, water substances or molecular substance, water molecule substance moving outside the cell, it means where there is low concentration. As cell loses its water from the cell to outside, the cell shrinks. The cell shrinks and dies when more osmosis takes place, as more salt concentration is increasing. Okay, so these are the things that you need to remember, right? Water crosses the cell membrane, right, based on the concentrations, as enter the cells and leave the cells and maintain the cell and maintain the normality. Okay, now you can see, let's understand one activity, osmosis with egg. I hope you understood these 3 activities. Okay, let's understand the osmosis with egg. This is also the activity related with what? This is also an activity related with plasma membrane. I already said that you are very familiar. You take a bowl, you add HCl, acid, and place the egg. Right, and after a few minutes, after a few or half an hour, the egg is deshelled. Egg is deshelled. Deshelled means shell is removed. Only membrane is present. Now you take the egg. Sorry. Now you take another container. You add the water. You add the water. What is it? Water. This is an activity about osmosis. To understand the osmosis. Okay. You take the water. You add deshelled egg. You add deshelled egg where shell is absent. Now you pour water. So already water is poured. Now you pour salt. Now you pour salt. What happened when you pour the salt? When you pour the salt, here where there is low concentration, inside the cells, low concentration. So substances will move towards the low concentration when salt is present. It means that low concentration is inside, outside is high concentration. Then water will move inside and egg will swell up. Okay, so in this way that egg changes its shape. So so the egg shrinks, right? The egg shrinks its size. The egg shrinks, sorry, it was mistaken. The egg shrinks its size. Why the egg shrinks its size? Because right, the substances are moving towards high concentration. The substances are moving towards high concentration. It was a confusion. I made one small confusion to you, that you confirm that. Substances moving towards high concentration, that is called as osmosis. It's a confusion. Please remove that confusion. Substances moving towards the high concentration, that is called as what? Osmosis. Yes sir. When you pour the salt, the substances present inside the cell will comes outside. Because how they are coming outside? How they are coming outside? With the help of cell pores. Okay. By which process? Osmosis process. By which process they are coming outside? Osmosis process. Why? Substance, movement of substances towards high concentration is called as osmosis. Salt is a high concentration when compared to the egg inside. Okay. Now in the same way you can also take risings. Risings. You can also take risings. What are risings? You know that Kishmish, dry grapes. The dry grapes. Okay, you can take water. You can take water and you can put the risings. What happened? Now you did not add any salt. You did not add any salt. Then what happened? The raisin will increase its size. Increase its size. The raisin will increase its size. Okay. So because salt concentration is absent, so water is moving towards high concentration. In raisins, the concentration is high. Okay. In raisins, the concentration is high. You got my point? Right. So raisins will swell in size. Now one more thing here, don't confuse over here. Take a water, you add raisins. Water will go inside the raisin, raisin will increase in size because inside the raisin concentration, sugars are very high. That's why it increases its size. Okay. The swelled raisin again you put in salt water, they come to normal shape. It means what is the point here? Movement of substances always towards high concentration is called as osmosis. How this process is taking place? With the help of selectively permeable membrane, that is called as plasma membrane or cell membrane. This cell membrane is flexible in nature. Right? This cell membrane is flexible in nature as it is boundary of the cell. Okay. And if you see that amoeba, paramecium, their cell is also made up of plasma membrane. So that plasma membrane in such organisms help to take the food inside. That process is called as endocytosis. What we call endocytosis. So with the help of that plasma membrane, they are engulfing the food substance. That is called as endocytosis. So most of these organisms use their cell membrane as the source of taking, source of mouth to take the food inside. Okay, so with this almost we have completed the plasma membrane topic, a very big topic. So keep following up that to listen to the classes very carefully, right? Thank you everyone.